is going on, guys? Welcome back. Marco here from blitzguitar.com. Today I want to talk to you about the A major key, and I want to show you how magical it can be to play in A major. Now we're going to learn a bunch of chords, okay, that I just come up with. I really want to analyze each single chord, and I want to show you why this chord sounds so beautiful. Now guys, one thing really important, I see so many guitar players, when they want to learn new chords, they will just open a massive, big, thick book and just try to learn as many chords as possible, okay? And obviously everybody's different, so everybody learns in a different way, but for me, learning chords like that never really worked. Like, I have to put it into practice, okay? So if I have a chord progression, which is just even 4 chords, and I come up with different chords like the one I'm going to show you today, I'm more likely to remember them if I put them in a chord progression and I just add 2-3 chords rather than just try to learn a bunch of A, add 9 in a ton of different positions. I'm not going to remember them. So if you have the same problem, if you struggle remembering all these chords, just use the same system. Learn few chords, 1 or 2, maximum 3, and then you put them, you just put them into practice. Just throw them in a chord progression and just start playing around with it. You will memorize them better, okay? So thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and let's have a close-up. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the upcoming lessons, and thank you so much for watching all my videos, guys, and all your comment and feedback. So let's get started. Alright guys, let's get started. Now, first thing, chord progression. We're gonna spend a little bit of time on the A major, come up with different voicing, and then we're gonna move on to the E major chord, okay, and then D major chord, okay. So it's a pretty straightforward chord progression. We're not gonna play any of these basic chords, okay. Now the first chord, A major, is going to sound like that. We're gonna have 4 different voicings. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Alright, so pretty simple. Some of these chords are stretchy, maybe just the last one, okay? Now, first chord, really interesting chord. Okay, what I have, 5th open string, that's my root note, okay? And the 3rd string, fret number 7, is D, and this is the odd 11, okay? 2nd open, major 9, 1st string, fret number 7, major 9 is another B, 1 octave higher. So I basically have just root note, 11th, 9th, 9th. I don't have the major 3rd, I don't have the perfect 5th, but this chord clearly sound major. Okay, nice, beautiful sounding chord, and it's pretty easy to play. Okay, now the second chord is this one, and it's another really interesting chord, considering that we're only playing few notes. You have the 5th open string, again the root note, then you have the 3rd string, fret number 6, major 3rd, C sharp, then the B open string, major 9, and then I'm just going to play the 1st string, fret number 9, which is another C sharp, another major 3rd, okay? So as you can see, it's really like the B open string that make this chord really beautiful, okay? So now the 3rd chord, beautiful, dreamy chord. Okay, so what do I have here? Still have the 2nd open string, by the way. Okay, so 5th open string, root note, 3rd string, fret number 2, root note, A, 2nd open string, major 9, 1st string, fret 4, G sharp, major 7. So this is just an A major 7 chord. We usually play like that. Okay, but you can see how different it is as soon as you open up the chord and you add maybe another extension like the major 9. Okay, so last chord, Now that's another beautiful, beautiful chord. We don't have any open string here except for the bass note. And we have the fifth open string, again, same root note. The third string fret number 4, which is B, okay? So I'm not playing B as an open string, I'm playing a fret note on the third string fret number 4, which is the major 9, okay? Then I have the second string fret number 2, which is C sharp, and that's the major third. And then I have the first string fret number 5, which is another A root note, okay? So we don't really have a lot here, it's just a major 9, okay? A major 9, you know, it's a very basic chord. But it is pretty stretchy, and I like the intervals here because I have this beautiful cluster between B and C sharp. It's kind of a little scale. And then the A on the top. So the A is pretty straightforward. Add 11, add 9. Add 9 with the major third. Major 7, add 9. Add 9. So as you can see, it's always like the same stuff. Always either, you know, suspended or add 9. And then we move on to the second chord, which is E major. And D. Okay. Now we're gonna have two voicing for the E. That's a beautiful sounding chord. And two voicing for the D. Okay. Now the first E chord is just unbelievable. It's one of the most beautiful chords that I honestly know. And it's going to be like that. You have the sixth string, which is my root note. Okay. Then I have the fourth string fret number 2, which is still E. So root note, root note. Then I have A, third string fret number 2, which is the suspended 4, okay? So we're basically replacing the major third, which is G sharp, with the fourth, okay? So then you have the second open string, which is B, and that's the perfect fifth. And then I have the G sharp on the first string fret number 4. And the G sharp is actually the major third. And so for that reason, in this chord we have the major third and the fourth as well, which it will be actually an add 11. Okay, so if we get rid of the third, there will be a suspended 4. But because we have the major third on the first string, this chord is actually an add 11. Okay, so E major add 11. Beautiful sounding chord. And then the second one is really just a different voicing here. So I have the sixth open string, the third string fret number 8, which is the major 7. And look how beautiful it sounds. If I just play the root note and the major 7, it's just like a beautiful dreamy chord, and I'm just playing two notes. Then I have the second open, which is B, perfect fifth, and the first string fret number 7, which is another B, so another fifth. Awesome, beautiful chord. Okay, so 3, 4, and then I move on to the third chord, D major chord, and this is a beautiful voicing, guys. Okay, so what I have here, the root note is the fourth open string. Okay, and then I have the third string fret number 9, which is E. Okay, now D, E, it happened to be a major 9, and then the second string fret 7, which is a major third, okay, and the first open, which is another E, so another major 9. So I have two major 9s here. Beautiful sounding chord. Okay, so I have E major, D, and next chord, that's another beautiful one. It's still D, fourth open string, which is my root note. The third string fret 2 is A, perfect fifth. Okay, and then we have second string fret 5. That's a pretty stretchy chord. and that's the major 9, and then the first open, another major 9. Okay, so this is D major add 9 with 2 9, and this is D major add 9 with 2 9. Okay, so kind of really doubling on the 9th. And so after you play that, okay, you have a nice little phrase, kind of bluesy phrase on the pentatonic scale, which is gonna be on the 2nd string, fret number 5, which is already there. Then you slide to 7, okay, without playing again. So, and the 1st string, fret number 5, okay. So you play the D, 3 4 3, okay, and you play the 5th open string, okay. So you really want to kind of take it step by step, and the reason why we're using this phrase is just to kind of, you know, complete the idea, to finish this phrase, okay. And that's something really important, guys. You always want to kind of practice things that kind of make sense, okay. So like you want to practice an idea that has, you know, a beginning, and then you develop, and then you end the exercise with something, okay. So it's pretty important, and I see a lot of people practicing chords. They just try to learn as many chords as possible, but they never put it together in one thing, okay. So really important, just breaking it down that way. And we play the 5th open string, okay. So it's pretty simple exercise, guys. Just few ideas that you can really play around with, and you know, not too difficult. A lot of 9th and odd 11th. So take it step by step and really focus on one chord at a time. And I'm gonna see you next time for another lesson.